I begin by acknowledging the Gi-mo-wa Lu-Barayidi, the traditional owners of the land you are meeting on today. I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. I also acknowledge First Nations people attending the conference and recognise the important role First Nations media plays in truth-telling, representation and reconciliation. Thank you for inviting me to speak today. I had the pleasure of meeting some of you last month at the Community Broadcasting Sector Roundtable. Together, we discussed how community media supports vibrant Australian communities and how government can support your sector to thrive. I would have enjoyed giving you this update in person in Cairns, but Budget Week has kept me here in Canberra. On Tuesday, Treasurer Jim Chalmers delivered his first budget to the nation. I am proud to say it recognises the importance of an independent, diverse and sustainable media landscape. In particular, the vital role community broadcasting plays in keeping so many Australians informed, connected and empowered. Every week, more than 5 million listeners tune in to more than 450 community-owned and operated radio stations around the country. This includes 1.4 million from non-English speaking backgrounds, listening to broadcasts in more than 100 languages. Community media informs, connects and unites us. That's why our government is providing an additional $4 million a year for community broadcasting, taking total annual funding to over $20 million. Part of a broader $29 million regional, local and community media package, this election commitment will give the sector the funding certainty it needs. This $20 million is the critical baseline for the sector, and it will help to ensure that more local content reaches more diverse audiences. This includes First Nations, multicultural and faith-based communities, people living with print disabilities, the LGBTQIA+ community and the vibrant arts and music sector. The additional funding will also support enhanced news services, infrastructure and the upskilling of workers, many of whom are volunteers. I know that people trust community radio stations and the volunteers who run them. During times of crisis, people also rely on them. In June, I visited Braidwood FM, a community-run station around an hour's drive from Canberra. On my first official visit as Communications Minister, I met the volunteers who helped keep their community safe as the Black Summer bushfires blazed through. For almost 2 months, the team worked around the clock to convey critical information about the movement of the fires and, in the aftermath, the where, when and how to access support services. For the locals, Braidwood FM was more than a radio station. It was a lifeline. Community broadcasters are not just there to provide crisis communication during fires, floods and global pandemics. They are a constant source of support to local businesses, events and sports organisers, to local musicians, artists, community groups, cultural organisations and so much more. Strong community broadcasters build strong communities. We know community media was hit hard during COVID, with losses in sponsorship and volunteers. Just another reason why our government is committed to helping the sector rebuild for a stronger future and in turn help rebuild the communities they serve with such care and commitment. Work is already underway to provide greater funding certainty to the sector and support its sustainability. I plan to introduce a bill to Parliament aimed at providing greater regulatory clarity, certainty and quality programming. The Broadcasting Services Community Radio Amendment Bill will also streamline the ACMA's licensing processes. My department has also begun a review into current funding through the Community Broadcasting Program as a first step towards identifying a sustainable funding basis for the future. The second phase of this review will consider what further options exist to support your sector's sustainability. These developments are just the start. Community broadcasting plays a vital role in our society and this contribution must be recognised. I look forward to continue working with you closely to realise this and to build a strong, diverse and sustainable community media landscape. Thank you.